The road is long. All right, welcome back, guys. I was just, I was just hanging out. I wasn't doing anything weird. Okay, so we have our researcher, Perplexity AI. We want to now link this up and build an actual data flow because this is great and all, but it's not connected into anything. It's not doing anything special yet. Well, it's doing things that are special, but not related to what we're trying to build. So the next step is to hit this plus button. We're going to create another module. Now, we're using Perplexity AI to do research. For a brain, we don't care about researching online. Let's use OpenAI's brain because it's better than our own brains in some ways, at least. So we're going to say OpenAI, and you see how I'm already verified. We'll do the same thing. I want you to pause the video. By the way, we're creating a create a completion prompt, just so you know. But we need to make sure that you're connected. You want to add your connection, make sure it's connected. So you want to click add. Now, you need to get an OpenAI API. Similarly to what we did with Perplexity, you want to open up another tag. You want to go to the API of OpenAI. It's a little bit different. It's platform.openai. You want to log into your account or sign up, make an account. I'm gonna log in here just so you can see that I'm for real. I want to log in with the right, don't automatic. Well, it's not, this is not the right organization. Doesn't matter. Then you want to go to settings, and actually, sorry, you don't have to go to settings. Just go to API key underneath here, and you can create a new API key. And once you've done that, you want to paste in the key and you want to save. Then it's going to automatically run a test for you. Guys, you don't even have to run a curl to see if it works or not. It does it for you. And if it's good, you'll see this, that things look good. So pause the video, get that done. I'll have some coffee and I'll see you on the other side. And we're back. Okay, welcome back, guys. So you should be good to go. Now, it's the same drill as before, only we're not setting up Perplexity. We're setting up OpenAI. So the method we want is chat completion. And we choose chat completion because that's what allows you to interact with OpenAI's GPT models for sending messages and receiving AI-generated responses. And this is what we care about because we basically want to receive the Perplexity information, tell it to do something, and then generate a response out of that, and then send that data further down our workflow. So for models, we're going to go with Pamela and, no, I'm just joking. We're going to go with GPT-4. We'll just go with regular GPT-4. There's a lot of different versions out there. We talked about each version has pros and cons. Some are better for some things. For our purposes, we'll just stick with GPT-4. Very powerful. This gives us a default max 2040. That's a good number to have for the amount of tokens or words for the output. Just to be clear, one word is not always one token. One token can be 4 characters on average. It's calculated on average, but just so you get an idea, I don't want you to interchange them. Let's be clear, okay? But we're talking about the letters and the words that you're typing. So this is very good. We have basically everything we need, except for the most important part, of course, which is the prompt. So how do we prompt our brain? This is our social media brain. Right now, this brain that we have instantiated in our scenario has access to the entire world of knowledge. It's got Wikipedia, it's got Reddit, unfortunately. It's been trained on so much. But if we don't give it a soul and provide context, then it's just another zombie. So we want to add a message here. The role is going to be set to user. And under text content, when you click on it, notice something new that we did not see before. And what is this new thing? Well, you should be receiving the outputted data from Perplexity as inputted dynamic variables or key value pairs that we can then drag and drop into our content. And why does this matter? Because now we don't only have the power to prompt OpenAI, but this is why this is a workflow automation. of data because we're grabbing the data. It's basically wired for us, and all we have to do is go into choices, remember, into our object, and in choices we go into message, and in message there's content, and we can grab the content. That's all of the summary of the research from our researcher, and boom, we drag it into text content. And voila, you have a very spicy meatball. Hopefully you can see the value here. This is amazing, guys. Let me close it. Look at that. This is the connection and the flow. Now, this is great that we have it, but we're not done, right? If we don't tell or give a prompt instructing OpenAI on what to do with this information, it's not going to our brain is not going to work. So we're going to say, given the following data, and we'll have a colon, then we provide the data, we'll put a comma, review the data thoroughly. So we'll start with that. All right, we don't mess around here. Then we're going to tell it what to do. We're going to say to write a summary, highlights different key and relevant points, oops, let me spell, which are exciting developments in the space of AI technology. We can even say AI agentic technology. Then we can further basically develop the personality. We can say, don't be goofy or tacky. Be clever and clear and provide information that's useful for knowledge to stay ahead of the curve. Knowledge that has clear utility. That can span cross industries. And then we can finalize this. We can say, make sure you share the links from the articles that reference your thoughts. Because this is OpenAI's thoughts. And now we have a brain. We have a brain. All right, this is the wizard of agentic AI. So, what did I do here? Or what did we just do? We pass in the information from Perplexity. We instruct OpenAI to basically review the information, and then we break it down into points of how we want to then generate a result from that information. Now, what matters to us as well, this can be, I'm keeping it fairly general, but just so you see how you can divide prompting up into points. The action, write a summary that highlights different key relevant points, okay? The personality, the tone, okay? Important conditions. These are the principles behind prompt engineering. Conditions, personality, direction, and cleaning and processing the data. So let's save this. And now, for the first time, we can actually run an actual automation because we have multiple modules, and actually an actual workflow automation because we are now moving from one module to another. So let's run this and let's see what happens. Okay, Perplexity is done. Notice how when we have a successful execution, you shouldn't be seeing any X's. You should see the bubble pop up, which you could click on. It's going to show you, okay, the input, the output. We've seen this before, but it's good to check, make sure everything's there. Looks good. Roll from the assistant. Couldn't find this, but blah, blah, blah. Very similar output. And now we're waiting for ChatGPT. Boom, we got the bubble on ChatGPT. If I open it, you can check. You make sure that the input that came in is the input we set up with the message, which should hold our prompt. And now, and notice how the prompt is much longer because it's passing in that data. And now, if we go under choices in our output result, let me zoom in, moment of truth, drum roll please. That's not a drum roll. And I open up content. Let's take a look. Advancements in AI agentic technology are genuinely transforming the landscape of industries by introducing several breakthrough solutions, supported by autonomous functioning and cognitive learning abilities. Such solutions are becoming increasingly relevant in meeting complex challenges and creating new frontiers of possibilities. Wow, this is interesting. And look, there's articles. This looks great. There's too many articles though. I want this to be more focused since we're going to be doing posts on social media. I want to further optimize this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this again. Go back into the prompting. Again, this is the flow. You tweak, you run, you test, you tweak some more. It looks good, you move on, you come back. So we got these 3 points. I think I made a mistake when I was saying about make sure you share the links. I'm going to say make sure you share one link that is most relevant to your final thoughts from the articles that reference your thoughts. And I'm also going to say one other thing at the bottom. I'm going to say your response should be very focused on one clear theme and idea and concept, which is created by examining the summaries and building something. It should mainly, it can be multi-layered, but you only want to share one of the most relevant links. I'm going to say it again, really reiterate this, and that link should be connected to your main theme and focus. All right. Because I just want one link, but I still want a brain, and I want outer perspective. I want the perspective from multiple summaries of articles, so it's not just too focused on one. It's going to make it smarter. Then I want it to really take a look at that and then decide from what's happening in the news today, this is what I want to talk about. Because that's how I think. That's how I do it. I want a simulated agentic experience. So I'm going to save this. And it's agentic because there is decision process making happening here, guys. And I am going to run this again. Let's run it again. Cross our fingers and see what happens. Okay, let's check the results. I'm going to open this. Sorry, to check the results, I'm going to open up the bubble. I'm going to go into choices here on the output. Check in the, not usage, back in the collection, message, content. The exciting field of AI agent technology is rapidly developing, shaking the foundations of industries. For instance, Workday's new platform, Workday's digital. Furthermore, companies like NVIDIA, and there's the article at the end. Good. This is awesome. Now, it does seem a bit long, but remember, this isn't the post. This is just our brain taking and interpreting the data. It's good if it's long, because what we're going to do is we're going to create individual agentic focused employees that are then going to take this and basically curate it. And basically curate it for each platform specifically. So we'll have the X version of this, the Facebook, and then we can really get, more tone focused, more tailored focus to the audience of each platform. It's great to separate it out this way, but I love how this looks. I love how this is working. Look at this, guys. We've got a researcher, and now we have a brain. So the Wizard of AI Agentic Oz should be pretty impressed, I would say, guys. I would say. Okay, guys, let's stop here. And in the next lesson, let's create a hub that can then send this data down. So it's still a one-way flow, but we are going to now cut that data flow and mirror it into 4 different tunnels so that from there, we can use each one independently to curate per platform of choice. Because we're going to have posts for LinkedIn, X, Facebook, Instagram. I want to show you that sky's the limit, my friends. Sky's the limit. Okay, awesome stuff. I'll see you in the next lesson.